Wild weather in Nevada, parts of Las Vegas, even the Strip, waking up to as much as 2 inches of snow this morning. The city got hit with a surprise storm last night. The first time in more than a decade, Las Vegas Valley has seen enough snow for it to stick. High temperatures in Vegas are supposed to be in the mid to upper 40s this week, and the city could even get more snow on Wednesday.
Up to 2 inches of snow fell in the Las Vegas desert for the first time in a decade. A second winter storm is expected to hit Las Vegas within the coming days. The massive winter storm created travel and commuting trouble for almost 200 million people in as many as 39 states.
This may look like a Colorado mountain, but it's actually Maui. According to Hawaii's Department for Land and Natural Resources, this footage was captured at an elevation of 6,200 feet. Which may be the lowest elevation at which snow has been recorded in the state. The winter storm brought strong gusts of wind, and a high surf advisory was in effect for parts of the Hawaiian Islands.
It's not something you see every day, or even decade. Snow in Los Angeles. An exceptionally chilly storm system brought snow on Thursday to cities across Southern California, including Malibu, West Hollywood, Pasadena, San Bernardino, and Rancho Cucamonga. The snow level dropped to as low as 1,000 feet in some areas, with flakes falling in cities that haven't seen snow in several decades.
Look at this, you guys. Snowing in Malibu. This is an absolute first.
I'd be surprised too, right?
Yeah.
That's right, snow along the ocean in Malibu. Snow and hail fell down to 1,500 feet in many places. You can even see it blowing across our Malibu.
We are talking about record rain and almost in biblical proportions. Obviously, that has created flash flooding and regular flooding all across California. And, you know, we came here early this morning and we were just down the way. We couldn't actually see what had happened here, but we saw that the flash flood had gouged out 10 feet over there of sediment. Here it's about 15 feet. I'm going to cross over, hopefully not fall. And I just want to give you a sense of the scale here. This was basically somebody's backyard. That flash flooding took out this wall, part of the housing. You can see the roof over there cantilevered precariously over still. And where we are right now, this was basically people's backyards. They parked cars here, they had little gardens, and now it's this canyon with a creek flowing through it. Now earlier, I'm gonna have the camera spin around, even as of late last night, this whole thing was basically an enormous river about 10 feet deep, taking everything with it as it coursed through this community of Lake Elsinore, which is under its 6th mandatory evacuation in just a couple of months. But other places in California so hard hit. We have those images out of Sausalito in Marin County, that landslide taking out a couple of houses. In Palm Springs, there are these incredible images of what is normally a desert engulfed in an ocean of white water. Cars disappearing as they are just swept downriver. Nobody was hurt in that car. Apparently the people had escaped, but the car obviously destroyed. And across the hilly and mountainous areas here in Southern California, what had been just small drainage ditches turned into these roaring waterfalls. This one just gouging out a massive hunk out of that road. So dozens of communities affected here. We're talking about record rain, over a foot of it in Sonoma County. I mean, that's like tropical.
In northern Chile, 6 people had, after several days of heavy storms, led to flooding. Roads were cut off and houses were damaged. Operations at 2 copper mines were also suspended. A red alert has been issued in the provinces of Ayaloa and Antofagasta. Authorities have warned of a land and rock slide.
hot lava and volcanic ash spewed from Mount Karagatan on Saturday, burying roads and forcing hundreds of people from nearby villages to flee their homes. Bad weather conditions are making it difficult for authorities to carry out rescue operations. Over 130 people have been evacuated so far, but authorities say more than 500 more need help. The volcano is located in the island chain of Sulawesi. It's been erupting since February 4th.
Masih ada isi itu solar itu? Ada. Buka biasanya kemarin kayak ini langsung. Kalau kemarin kalau ambil kemarin. Itu tunggu sabar. Sampai dari yang ada kesana jalan kita. Ini besar sekali ini.
On a Friday, and it's wild in the city's west. A supersized summer storm roaring in at rush hour, turning roadways to waterways. In areas like Parramatta, around 60 millimetres rain came crashing down in one almighty dump. Weather so sudden and so bad, the SES had to pull 9 people from their waterlogged cars.
How'd you get out? Through the window?
Right through the west, stricken commuters forced to abandon ship. 4 wheels no match for the power and peril of this flash flood. Nor was Sydney's brand new trains, according to those on board. But it was the wild wind that dealt the biggest blow. Eleanor Street in Rose Hill today, a disaster zone as the flying roof of one house carved a chaotic trail. The wind was so strong, the windows blew out with glass landing all the way over here as water and debris flew everywhere. One person remarkably made it out as the roof blew 50 metres along the street.
I thought, oh my God, where is that landed? Who's it landed on?
The supercell storm took no prisoners, from Porsches parked up in Parramatta to brand new Volkswagens.
We just get out of the car because we were very afraid, and at the same time, tree just fell down.
A double whammy for this florist who spent a working Saturday cleaning up. A retirement village in Toongabbie also among the worst hit.
Almost like a tornado, and when the tree fell, it was such a shock. I felt as though the whole house shook.
At the height of the storm, more than 40,000 properties were without power. Electricity crews today responded to more than 300 calls. Falling trees and roofs like this one at Parramatta North Public School, bringing lines down citywide.
Now, firefighters in New Zealand have begun back burning. Now, thousands of people have in fact been forced to leave their homes after the deadly wildfires, which has continued to burn for quite a few days now. The wildfire began about a week ago. Authorities have declared it as a state of emergency, and no deaths, although, have been reported so far. Almost up to about 3,000 people have had to be evacuated from the Wakefield and the Pigeon Valley areas. Strong winds are expected to fan the forest fires today, with 155 firefighters battling the blaze and air support from 23 helicopters and 2 planes. Now, this was in fact the largest aerial firefight on record in New Zealand. Now, the area south of Nelson, which has been affected by the fire, is majorly used for forestry, and some of the livestock has also been moved to safety. The New Zealand Civil Defence has set up tents to serve food for the volunteers, firefighters, and also for the security personnel.